turned my stream on now. So I discovered something really annoying with the Dreamcast version. If you have any space in your wallet at all for Meseta, it'll allow you to pick up any quantity. Which is how I picked up whatever the cap is, the 999,000 Meseta I accidentally dropped on the floor when I had 10 Meseta missing from my inventory. And lost all of my Meseta yesterday.
That's great.
Yeah, perfect.
Funny even.
I mean, it's just like how GameCube works. You just drop it all. Just, you can't pick it back up.
Okay.
He did the full animation for me, but he didn't spit anything out. It was weird.
He spit something out, but I was trying to beat it.
He did.
$64 million.
After I shoot him the first time, I should wait for the Q to actually shoot him and hit him before I freeze it, which I think is going to cost damage. So. said thing and my headset wasn't working. Apparently, it didn't unmute when I muted it.
Okay. I thought it was a bit quiet.
No. I was saying that the for that one Gibbles, when I usually should I do heavy straight into special. I'm thinking I should just do tag it, wait till I hear you hitting it, then freeze it. But that's gonna cause a lot of damage cancel for the first wave. Would you rather get in a fit fight with Dark Falls or Overflow? Falls.
Yeah.
Falls a bitch. Can only hit so hard. Overflow will straight up kill you with rocks and lasers. Plus, first form, Olga also is out of melee range at all times.
Olga's also got a sword and a gun.
I mean, so does Falls, technically. Big sword arms. You know how much damage they do if they're dull.
Yeah, actually, Dark Falls is only difficult because we're trapped in a fucking disc in the sky. That's the only reason. We could run anywhere we wanted.
What the hell? Someone's at me mail. That's what said, hi YouTube, hi Twitch, hi Mom.
You sent it?
Luma.
Alright.
Man, I wish I were better at remembering other people's characters. I don't know if I've ever played with them before. The programmer, you can find great offense in my friend's name. I don't know what to make of that. You'll be right. Just honest. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either because my fucking name's misspelled.
I mean, yeah, your character is Unknown. You
I don't know
know?
if that does it misspelled or. Interesting, you know, you're gonna run into the, I don't know, some sort of error of it in it asking it's an unknown source or some of unknown feels like it's a lot of it's a pretty common
Unknown
word
is the
to
way
get.
I usually misspell unknown when I'm programming a variable you don't have a name for. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. It's a personal vendetta.
There's the lore. I'm here to piss off programming, specifically you. Finally, a reason for my character's name to exist.
Same one in a row.
Oh.
That's the wrong red box.
Hey, at least it's not. Yeah, at least it's not. I mean, much as I would prefer to see one just to feel excited, if it's gonna happen. I'd rather just be the item, you know?
True. I only cause genocide to feel something inside.
Yeah, I wish these fucking assholes would understand that it would stop killing them if they just give me what I'm looking for. Freaking Namekians and their goddamn fucking Dragon Balls. I can't believe it. Just surrender. Your ancient heirloom, your priceless artifact. Or else.
Oh, my tongue fully numbed from eating ice for the last... how long have I been streaming? 30 minutes.
Believe it or not, they don't understand.
They're trying to kill you through attrition. They might not be able to win the fight, but damned they'll if they don't win the war.
I don't think they understand how much more I have in me. I may have to take a break by the end of the month, but
trust me, this war is far from over. There ain't no way they win this one.
One of these days they need to release a game that is, you know, random drops and fucking rare loot tables and stuff. And there's a finite amount of that enemy, and they just, you know, after 1 million, they're gone. There's no more. You can actually exhaust the pool of enemies in the game eventually.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but like, how about the last one? The last one you kill is guaranteed what you're looking for.
And it has random stats, so you wouldn't be able to get what you wanted.
I know, what's it, Dark Souls 2 at least? The enemies just randomly will, every time you go back to a bonfire, they'll just randomly disappear and no longer show up. Which I guess it was there to incentivize people from just grinding on enemies. Which it's also annoying because I believe some of them had rare items, so you kind of had incentive to kill them. I don't know if there was a minimum they were to despawn, but I don't know. Or a maximum. Nope, it took till like around level 80 for my brother to point out that I misspelled his name, and I was like, well, we're already a little too far in. Especially being the first character of this wave of like me playing this game. Yeah, I was not willing to start over. Maybe if it was like, I could see myself if I was level 80 and then realized I was, you know, misspelled it on the 10 character. Yeah, I'd be like, right, maybe I'll just remake. It doesn't take much time. Especially considering now I have getting the first-hand experience on what the top-end XP grind is. Just, I've only ever had second-hand. I've helped 2 people get to level 200. Oh, crabs. Oh, Hellscream. I was watching that night. I wasn't part of the party. I don't think we really had any characters, but when he was going forward, I didn't really have too many characters that were capable of going to any given area, so... I also wasn't as disciplined on doing grinds like I am now, so...
Go punch Sauron, give him a chance.
Do what?
Just random chat in my YouTube. I mean, he's just a giant eyeball. What's he gonna do to you? Shoot lasers at you? Eyeballs can't shoot lasers.
Okay.
It's like me punching a handicapped person. They can't defend themselves.
I swear we see the weirdest humors in here. Purple hair with white red fucking costumes. That had to have been an auto-generate. It's terrible.
True.
If you're watching Special Weapon, I am calling you out.
No comment. As long as he doesn't mess with Fox. Fox bites hard. There's a little crumb of pizza crust stuck in your throat. It's annoying because it's itchy.
Open the next one, go to the room quick. Ooh.
Oh god. Diley's raiding with a party of 19. Hello, Diley. Hello, Raiders.
Was that you on earlier? Like, I swear Shroom is your character. I might be wrong.
It's SGS run. SGS this run guaranteed. This is not guaranteed.
I cannot believe you've done this. You've cursed it.
Oh, cursed. Cursed run! Hello, Kylie. How was stream?
Who isn't your character? Whose character is Shroom? I know that character.
There's a number of people that carried us this season, right?
There's like at least 3 C modes with that character.
And we've done similar with a couple of people from shit specifically that might have had. Okay.
They were also involved, though. And I don't think it's Subways or. Okay.
Slog TVR on the Rama. Found a Fire Vulcan 50 hit and it was actually the best weapon on Gold Dragon. Wow. Nice. Congrats on 50 hit Fire Vulcan. That's a lot of hit for a Fire Vulcan.
Oh yeah, we found fucking it was like last Tuesday, Wednesday, or like Monday or Tuesday. We found a Thunder Vulcan with 75 hit in Seabed. That shit was surprising to say the least.
Center somewhat inflated in the mod. Don't remember by how much more. I don't remember how much more likely 50% of it is. But whatever it is, can't be worse than what Sega did.
Oh, I'm not even. Actually, I don't even. There's the only reason to freeze, I guess, is to stop them from fucking.
Generating, yeah, that's why I do it.
Yeah. And better accuracy, I guess.
Not that you needed that much. I guess you needed in that first Skibbles there, because you didn't seem to hit him at all.
Well, I wasn't even aiming at him. I was trying to reach chat.
I noticed. But doing fire doing real damage is a real story. I want to see that now. Now I'm even more excited.
Oh, okay. So were you streaming your mod? Is that what you were doing?
That's what I was assuming he was doing, because he was talking about the mod. Yeah, alright. Then it was not Shroom that was his character.
Oh.
But someone else. An imposter.
Shroom! What the fuck is it?
Because if we run through C mode with them, then it was definitely someone from Shinhead. It had to have been, at least in my mind, I don't know.
Nope.
Did you mistake? There was a raw marl, a full yellow raw marl. A Rockaseel, excuse me. Full yellow Rockaseel that was just sitting in lobby.
True. And I unless that's Vera, but Vera doesn't fucking play the game.
Yeah, Vera's not real.
But do you have? And no one's in the CMO chat, so I don't think anyone's doing that.
Oh, I missed my answer.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I was confused about. I was like, what the hell's Diley doing online?
Yeah.
Or Vera, either one of y'all.
You think you're right, go online randomly. Played a yellow Rockaseel once, but it'd be weird for you to know that. But yeah, the thing that was throwing me off, it was level 170, and I know Vera might have a character that high level, but
Oh, wait.
I don't know your casual experience, Diley. I don't know if you've gotten to 170.
Yeah, it might be Vera's, because I know Vera helped me with, what's it? Parts of Baran's parts or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
And
hopped on mine one time and instantly got it for you.
yeah. So yeah, it might be Vera's character. It's hard to remember because I think both of y'all done Team of the. My head is hurting now. Why? But what are you working on currently on your mod? Like, what's the focus? I know you were doing evade. I think you were doing evasion balancing and stuff. That's the last question you asked in general chat.
Yeah, for those evasion tables. I'm going to go offline.
I am interested if you want someone else to also help you with numbers and stuff. I enjoy doing the calculations because I do have an accurate calculator for stuff like that, so I can spit numbers out. And we can decide on what sounds good or not. I don't know. Because like the real question is what, for evasion at least, and what is a good number to consider useful but not broken? With a game that every end game ends up having so many fucking set damage, I don't know if it matters.
He hasn't started on accuracy yet. He's just playing a Roma for now. He's holding a mediocre Rangers at low level. Formulate some specifics for you to crunch if you're interested. Yeah, sounds like that's something he's interested in.
What changes have you done to Ranger, if any? I mean, we've talked at length with Ives about a lot of things for balancing stuff that he has considered doing some weird things, but none can really go through because he wants to have a mostly vanilla server, and it'd be hard to make changes without absolutely changing the game.
Haven't touched classes directly yet, but Fomar and Ramar have given you the feeling of most wanting to rebalance stats. That's fair.
Is Ramar too strong, or is it too weak in the beginning? Is that what you're getting at? Because you're also, I forget, you're doing more balances for early game, if I'm not wrong. But Ramar in episode one has the only issue it has is that it's like 4 health off on average when it gets to Dark Falls, because like you level up, you're like level 17 or 18 or something, but you're missing like 4 health to survive the slap.
Survive the slap with the hard mode thing.
Sorry. Yeah, I guess that. Oh wait, one sec. Then what am I struggling to survive? I guess it might be the Heaven's Punishment.
But yeah, that's the max damage. That's DP at 130 damage exactly. You need a minimum 131.
Yeah, something like that. And Ramar like comes like maybe 10 health short or something like that. When you would get there on average experience. So you need like 1 HP.
Ah, shut up, bitch. Okay.
1 HP. Unit.
Ramar is the
word.
6th best force with HP to match. Sorry, 8th best. God damn it. I know my casual playthroughs with Ramar, specifically he's not very strong. Like, he has no damage stat. His damage doesn't come till late game.
Is your focus right now just normal mode, or trying to get like a decent curve throughout Ultimate? Because I know that was a while ago. You were doing you were running a modded version you were doing and trying to go through. I don't remember what difficulty you were in, but I think you said one of your goal is to just have it be basically a 1-1 through and not having to do a bunch of grinding.
Normal mode is the least of his concerns.
Okay, yeah, because I think the game is pretty well balanced in normal mode, outside of like some HP values from hard to normal to hard mode. But daily, they teach you about grinding early so that you get used to it. I just think that HP as a concern is frustrating. Actually, if you could change the boss's damage, that would make, I think, better for easier changes.
Boss damage scales with your defense and shit. Actually does variable damage, rather than sets to an unrealistic amount for most classes. The less you affect normal besides the XP, the better, you think? But then useless weapon specials are not so bad now. Something you want to avoid as much as possible, but with ATA BP rebalance, probably a start. Yeah. I know, just me going back to Dreamcast, well, started Dreamcast for the first time ever, I'm absolutely loving the fact that my Humar, while having 100 and, well, right now he's sitting at 165 ATA because of an enhancement pack, increased his max stats. When I was below the vanilla V2 stat cap, I was still able to hit with my weapons just fine. Having higher ATA in weapons or just having lower evasion on enemies both would solve a similar issue.
Yeah, because what's actually your goal when it comes to accuracy? Is it just to kind of eliminate it, or make it something that's more playable? As of like, you can, if you need it, you can build for it, and not have to worry about grinding for ATA. And then some of the classes just don't even get to, you have to find insane hit weapons to compensate. But it's interesting somewhat, because Rangers are the only ones that really feel like get to dance around the I can add a little more accuracy and get what I want out of it. Hunters kind of have to suffer by putting 90 fucking levels into their ATA on a mag.
DK what my comment was, well, but it was along the lines of 0 hits shouldn't be trash.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy isn't dead yet.
He's dead for some. I'm sorry. He's a Black Tower enemy. I thought my brain was like, that's it. That's a Delilly. He'll die.
No, I saw you shooting. I didn't even look at the minimap to see that there was a guy still alive. Just. Both the giggles midair and I couldn't shoot him. Whoops, I used to try my by accident.
Don't worry, we'll find one eventually.
Yeah. Which is dumb because I just used a Dimate as well. It's not like exact with the rifles, but with a God Arm and an Elf Arm plus bum. Plus. Yeah. I still really like how Dreamcast feels. Dreamcast, the initial difficulty of getting into Ultimate mode from VHard is the weapons are trash. They are just really bad. There's no accuracy and you struggle to hit unless you have a V1 weapon that has 50 plus hit, which the max stats on Dreamcast I believe are plus 60. So you want like 45 to 60 hits somewhere along there. So like almost capped to exactly capped to even be able to hit with V1 weapons. But as soon as you get a V2 weapon, just like you just feel good because you can start hitting even though the weapon has 0 accuracy. You don't need to hit whatsoever. And that feels really good. My Humar in vanilla, sure, I still miss with normal attacks. So I'll miss a first attack normal sometimes, but more often than not, I feel like it. If I had to take a guess, I'd say like 80% of the time I'm hitting first attacks. And that feels really good. I can go normal, normal, heavy, or normal, heavy, heavy, and I'm just fine. And then the enhancement pack has enemies with even lower evasion, kind of. And weapons have even more accuracy, and it's just like and characters have even more accuracy, given the stat balance changes. I believe Ives gave every class like plus 5 to 20 ATA increase from what I've been told. Which is huge, honestly. But I haven't been missing since level 60 with V2 weapons.
Like, kind of be in that weird range of like something like on their progression might have some struggles with a certain evasion ATA stuff, but literally equipping one Elf Arm plus should be able to fix it and mean something because it's taking up a slot in your equips. But then when it's not an issue anymore, you can slot back into power whenever you need to, instead of it being, okay, I need 60 decks on my mag and 2 God Arms just to feel like I'm keeping up of like early fucking Funeral Cry. Even level 150 Funeral Cry, I'm still thinking I'm holding on to a ton of extra ATA that I don't feel like I should be using.
Yeah. I know with V2 it's not so much an issue of how you raise your meg because in infinite material usages and hit materials, I think just a GameCube version should have hit materials. Maybe reduce the effectiveness of it half a level or 1 level versus everything else is plus 2. Like,
yeah, actually it'd be interesting. It'd be fun. I make a calculator so that adds that in for, I think maybe 1 would make sense. And see how balancing characters and seeing if it absolutely trivializes 200 stat cap, or does it actually make it interesting for some classes to be able to hit 200 hit all gold. Wait a sec. What's going on here? We got an almost imposter here.
George, to answer your question, new phone, it's alright. It's a little bigger than my other one, so it's a little unfamiliar in my hands. I also don't have the pop socket thing on the back to hold it up, so I keep trying to do that and then keep missing and almost dropping the phone. And yes, I kept my old phone. It wasn't a trade-in. And I do have all they're not banned apps. They've just been discontinued from the Play Store. That being said, most of them aren't even Play Store apps. They've been DMCA'd, but yes, I kept them. And they still work on the other phone. And they work on currently on my new phone because I found a post that gave me some hope, and then I dicked around for a couple hours and actually got it to work.
when I forget, Daily, are you also rebalancing resistances for the higher difficulties for magic? Because
I think it comes because you cannot lie as you. I don't know what you're talking about.
the goofy thing. I think I said he got it working. He just was still trying to do testing on it for getting photon blast through spells.
Not a priority. All right.
Not a priority. It should be. I guess it does enough damage on what's it? Normal through very hard. Ultimate's really the only issue. Actually, no, it's pretty bad, isn't it, in episode 2? Every difficulty?
Every difficulty is a little jank, yeah.
Like, they're pretty fucking abysmal. Miserable, I should say, to deal with.
Tech rebalance seems solid without changing resists in single player, but you have not touched multiplayer yet. Well, I'm still excited to see what you've come up with, since single player is usually my go-to. Something is warranted for that. Yeah, we'd have to you'd have to go through like online testing or multiplayer lobby testing to see exactly how that would feel. I know you have 2 slightly willing volunteers. If you want to get access to some kind of server.
I do have also a tech damage calculator as well, so we can pinpoint exactly what damages we want to see.
They gave you lots of good inspiration from PSL memes today, George. All right, well let's see them. What are the memes at?
What's it? If we want to determine how many spells we want for it to kill. At the same time, we also the real balancing is at what point does the nuke force get to deal enough damage to warrant casting the spell without damage canceling everyone else? And at what point does it make it to where it's too powerful and it's actually just worth everyone sitting there spamming fucking spells?
Zoomies. Existing calculator won't account for text being different speeds. Do we need to account for text being different speeds?
I mean, do we know I mean, I could do some recordings of spells and know the text speed, because...
Yeah, I know you've modified your text speeds for your mod, Daily, but, like, does that matter that much?
But...
Yeah, he made the spells, like, cast slower, but feel bigger, if I recall correctly.
So they're slower, they're just slower cast.
Slower cast, but bigger boom, bigger effect. From what I remember, anyways. But obviously, Daily can tell you. There's a partial DMC patch in the works from Fuzzy? Ooh!
What's DMC?
Damage
Just
cancel.
Devil May Cry or something else?
Damage cancel.
Okay, damage cancel.
You've never seen the acronym for damage cancel, I take it? That's what people generally use.
Or not seen it often enough talked about for me to recognize it as being...
That's fair enough. Usually just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Applies versus oranges if you do 20% more damage, but it's 20% slower. It applies. Oh my god. Apples to oranges. I can read. I swear. English is a language I know.
You get your spreadsheet, is that what you're saying? Or
Devlin Senpai.
that's what's always been the interesting thing that I like about having the calculators all on my spreadsheet stuff. I can, before going for a build, I can actually look into what it will do, what it takes to get to that build, and if it's worth it, or what my current build can do and what it can do in the future. And just knowing how bad a weapon's accuracy will be on certain characters and what I need to get it to work does help with expectations when I get something. Yeah, if you could send me a link to the spreadsheet. I have not viewed it before, if it's public.
He died.
Yeah, he did.
There's a tab that shows old and new text stats. Alright, that's easy enough to follow along on.
I know there's a billion things to think about when it comes to doing your own balancing patch mod. Are you considering dark resistances and stuff, and Megid levels from enemies, maybe changing them up a little bit to be more realistically resistible, rather than you have to kind of dedicate a lot of resources into trying to resist Megid if you want to try, and in some cases it's not possible. Because I don't even know if it is possible to change the Megid from Carol's Mary's to something that's resistible.
Just lower their attack power by 850.
Yeah, actually, yeah. But then they don't actually deal damage because they do attacks.
I mean, they only do attacks if you get close enough to them, which is hardly ever. When have you ever gotten close enough to a Mary for it to do an attack without you just being there to make sure it doesn't spit?
Yeah, but then if its attack power is low enough, controlling its Megid, then it'll deal 0 damage, and it's no
removed
threat.
Alt Mary doing dark damage. Oh, nice. Okay, so that is a change already. Perfect. You buffed the level 1.
Yeah, actually, they are already an issue in the first place because of the fact that they have guaranteed freeze, confusion, and slow as the 3. Those are already a problem in groups. But being able to put one cure unit on to stop that is very nice. So
it's manageable at that point. Put a state maintenance back in the game. I've been talking about a lot about that, but no. Honestly, that's a thing I would like to see if it would be possible just to create a custom item that has all the cure units on it.
Wait, my question is, I know the input and output, I guess, is my question of confusion. Does it randomize what input is going out, or is it just, it's weird? Because, like, wouldn't, if you held forward while you're confused and frozen, it would just spam a bunch of random directions and you would get out of freeze faster?
Yeah, when I get confused, that's usually what I do, is I just spam a bunch of different directions.
I know, but, like, I'm saying, like, I've never been frozen and confused at the same time.
You can't. You physically can't.
I know, but he's saying, but right now it's bugged for Mary's.
Yeah, the ones that confuse you, and the ones that freeze you.
Freeze plus confuse combo is what he's saying right now.
Yeah, and I took that, the way that I interpreted that was one Mary does freeze damage, the other one does confuse. And so whichever does its respective element is the combo he's talking about, because if you get confused, and you can get comboed to death because you can't control which way your character's running. Same thing with freeze, if you can't wiggle out of it in time, you get just massively overhit. Am I right in interpreting it that way, Daily? Or is there a different way to interpret it?
You could get stuck in one spot and continuously get shot, yeah.
The character gets frozen and immediately fed. Okay, so you were closer to being correct. I from most damage, and okay.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay. That would be kind of weird though. If you could be frozen and confused at the same time. Then I guess technically, if you held any direction, it would just randomly put inputs, and then you'd be able to wiggle out fast.
Would it do random inputs though? I mean, yeah, that was the question initially. Now we're curious. Now we're curious. We need more scientists on this.
Let's if it's like somehow possible to be able to put both on the character, would it do that? Because I don't know if it's actually looking for inputs or what have you as then for the actual output. Oh yeah, and I guess. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Ultimate. Okay, that's weird. I didn't think about that. Ultimate. We don't know what the Mary's damage is with the spit. It's just death. So it might do insane amounts of damage, and I'm not even really considering that. It could do like. Is it set daily that you have the Marys for, or is it going to be a actual scaling for attack?
Yeah,
Because
now that you
if
say that,
it's based on their attack, like it is with the normal death spit, they deal some damage, especially if they're not gelling.
we do know the damage. Was it just based off their attack stat? Because that's what I always just assumed. And since
Their mega is based on their attack stat.
yeah, I know, but like I thought the damage would also be based on their attack stat if it did do damage. Because I imagine the damage that they do in the lower difficulties was based on attack power. It's fixed element stat outside of HP. Okay, so I was wrong again. I mean, it wasn't that far off. It still does damage. No, I can't.
So what would then the blue Mary would be you could put resist blizzard on and you take less damage there, but what would the other two be?
But it was fixed power element stat. And I hate it when they have hidden stats you can't see. Super resist is also good. The more we talk about this mod, the faster I want you to finish it, Diley.
So if you put on a resist evil or devil or whatever the highest one is, if you put that on, you just
evil.
And you resist all three of their spits equally. Oh yeah, that'd be another thing that'd be cool for a balancing patch is to make every unit useful and have a use somewhere.
Yeah, like Trap Search allows you to search for.
Oh yeah, actually, Diley, you do know about Sinnoh Zoa's fucking attack stat. In Ultimate is just wacky.
Is that perhaps fixed or at least modified to not be as wacky?
And then also fucking, I guess Gibbles is also, I don't know if it's fixable having the basically 1/4 chance of it being a walloping move.
It's more that Sinnoh's and a lot of things double hit. I mean, yeah, there's that, but like the Sinnoh thing is a little more
Sinnohs have a random ATP modifier or whatever, and it can go up to an absurd amount.
Like if I remember what the hell it was talking, it's like 3/4 of the time it doesn't hit hard, and then 1/4 of the time it just gets a random plus 3,000 attack power.
Gibble specifically basically 3/4 of the time it's set damage, and then 1/4 of the time it actually does uses ATP, which is very high. And then Sinnohs just have a range. They just have a range of damage, and they can go pretty low to pretty high.
Yeah, I'm getting all this information mixed up. I'm glad you have it straight in your head. I don't need this.
Very
these.
Yeah. Morphosid is also another thing that if you could figure out a design way to fix the way. Wow, did you drop all those?
Yes.
Okay, I was confused. I was like, I don't remember this many things dying here.
I said I don't need this. I don't need these. I want this. I picked up a PAL mat.
Yeah, Morphos is weird because I like the idea of a enemy that you can't look at. I feel like that is a decent game mechanic.
I'm sure that's a glitch if you're not looking at it.
I know it's a glitch, but I think it is a cool idea to have to deal with. Now the issue is the punishment. The punishment shouldn't be so high that you really need to do that. That, or they shoot less often, or they deal less damage. There's ways of fixing them, but all of them feel like it just make them easier to deal with, which isn't necessarily what I want to do, but that's the only thing to do, is just make them easier to deal with, because fuck, as a hunter, what do you do?
Right. And then
Rangers,
a couple times.
You can freeze them as a ranger, you can mega them as a force, but a hunter just walks up and takes it.
Yeah. I still wish there was like a hunter equivalent weapon of a frozen shooter with like some kind of guaranteed special effect. Arrest, confusion, something.
I guess it'd be interesting for Sinnohs specifically is it possible to turn off one of their hitboxes for when they do the jump attack? And is it possible to make it random which fist is turned off so that you can't just like, oh, I'll step to the right and don't take damage? It's a 50-50.
Choose your death.
And then also, okay, I do need to.
More comfortable. That's fair. That's fair. We're just rattling off a bunch of questions we usually leave to Ives, and I don't know how many of them he actually answers if he ever watches the VODs.
But
I hope someone's
also
going
feels
through
like-
every single video I've ever made and just makes a comprehensive list of every question we've ever asked with answer whether or not it's been answered.
But I really do feel like it does. It like Jellin does not work on Sinnohs. And then you don't do it, and then you definitely can tell it does work. It's just stupid how much damage they do.
One thing I don't like is dilduts. I don't like the fact that they can block you, and then when they hit you for like nearly 1,000 damage.
Yeah, they should have like a divider on their damage whenever they're in disc form. They should be like a sixth the amount. It shouldn't be, oh my god, critting you for over half your health.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we do play on super hard, so it's kind of our fault. But
Yeah, I mean, even the non-super hard ones are fucking terrible to deal with.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a chance to shoot Megan and Robarda, or well, one or the other. But it's just like, I don't know. Some of these enemies, I feel like, if they ever get reworked for some kind of rework of the game, need to have like more actions and be balanced horribly.
I just
Dildup does low damage, doesn't it? You get shove blocked instead of EDP blocked, though. There's sometimes I'll get hit from a Del Depth, and almost every character I've played on takes like 700 to 900 damage.
again, I'm not sure how. I feel like every time we're in Seedbed, though, we're playing on super hard, so we might just have forgotten how less damage it does.
Maybe, yeah, no, yeah, that's fair, that's fair. We don't typically go to Seabed outside of super hard.
But no, I think that the issue is that they're very much a not online friendly enemy. They do a lot of things that they're easy. They're made to desync and become problems where someone thinks they have them held down and the other person is getting killed by a Megid. It's hard to cooperate against them.
True.
Because even if you do freeze one, guess what? The other person probably can't hit them.
The last time we went through Seabed, we helped Gonarl. I think it was it Gonarl? Someone was doing their humor only challenge. No, was it the Skylight? It was Gonarl.
Yeah, that was. I guess that was the last time we were not. Yeah, they were dealing a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, I know. I got killed by them. I got like multi-hit by them. So two of them managed to get around my defense, I guess. Because if you're not evasion blocking and they are pushing around because you're defense blocking, why do sometimes they hit you and for tons of damage and other times they don't? Are they like do they just have like a random chance to deal huge set damage? Or is it always based on evasion? I genuinely don't know. But like in large groups, those things become a hassle not because they knock you down or hit you really hard, but just simply because there's so many of them. They're all doing different actions. One shooting Megan, one shooting Robarda. One of them's making you block as a disc. And then if you're in a room with like more than 3, you're just kind of fucked. So then you have to spam whatever AoE you have, and there's not much you can do. In a group, you have to damage cancel to deal with them.
Yeah, and the person who's trying to CC them doesn't get the chance to actually freeze or do anything to stop them, so it just becomes a prolonged waiting game of seeing if anyone gets killed by a Megid Ball.
Yeah.
And this is all literally just like online's problem. If you're capable of doing with a LAN or even just single player, they're not nearly as big an issue.
Very true.
But they're just like Morphos and those are both really, really unfriendly online enemies. There's the red boxes.
It's Bravus. Which
Bravo.
popped up after I started walking after I froze this the fucking Gilliam. Did I do that?
No, I'd rather Gibbles be set to actually dealing his real damage every time, but like lower it. It is bullshit to just be like, okay, I'm hoping I survive a hit on him, and you'll be surviving it, and all of a sudden you get one shot, and it's like, you didn't even crit that time.
Yeah. Some perverse motivation to work on stat rebalancing sounds less daunting than drop chart changes. I know nothing about that, so if it sounds less daunting, that's good. I mean, Ives knows how to change them. I'm sure he has very, very good experience doing that stuff. You can always seek his wisdom out.
Well, I think he means just more the act of rebalancing something to be fair, because I think that he's been for months he's been talking about like he's having to really think about what should be balanced. Because it was a while ago putting my 2 cents in on how God Battle should be done, and people I think Diley's on the side of making Devil Battle really available, I think. And having, I don't remember what the conversation was. I'm of the opinion just to have everyone get capable of getting God Battle. But I can understand that that's kind of what makes Red Fury special, is that they do get it. But at the same time, like, we need to make Red Fury just more special than being capable of finding all but God ability and just shields in general. Like, they need to have their own weapon identity, I guess, other than slicers. But if slicers can be improved, to be an actual main weapon, then that would be pretty sick, and Red Fury would have some motivation.
You're on the side of Gen Battle is 8%, D Battle is 12%, and God Battle is 16%.
And what is? Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna make them that slow, are they even gonna be that useful? Because I know that on the enhancement pack that Ives did, he turned General Battle to Devil Battle, Devil Battle to God Battle, and God Battle is just a Heavenly Battle. And it feels fun, but also feels very wrong. So I'm still playing through the V2 and enhancement pack to see how much I like the 40%, because I just got the God Battle.
Yeah, I really like God Battle's balance in this game through and through. Like, it feels like the correct speed to cap out on.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I've stuck with this so long.
Like, I think I've had Heavenly Battle once in Blue Burst, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And, well, I don't know.
And 20. That would make General Battle a little bit more useful, and Devil Battle a little bit more useful, and reduce the... Well, can't say I enjoy the thoughts of those, but I don't know how it is until I try it.
Yeah, I'd have to feel how God Battle feels and well, Devil Battle, because that's most of the other classes. Because like this is built off the idea of only playing single player, I'm pretty sure. So you are stuck with what you have. I don't know.
It's only useful as it changes the actual combo outcomes. That's interesting. I find that in Dreamcast, the Heavenly Battle, like in vanilla Dreamcast, my vanilla character that made to Ultimate, I carry a Devil Battle and a God Battle around because there's just some enemies that you can't full combo without getting slapped every single time with a God Battle, so I switched to a Devil Battle to make the animation actually match the enemy's pace. And then for other enemies, I switched to a God Battle because Devil Battle isn't fast enough to not get slapped. Which is weird.
I'm not sure if you even want to go into the specifically changing weapons to be different speeds and stuff, or like their cadences. Like claws and katanas could use some touch up because they were just useless. Now I know you don't find very many of them, and they're not a huge focus, but I'd like them to do something rather than just kind of sit there and go, well, I can't use this very much, and there's other weapons that are way better than doing 1-2s if I'm going to be stuck doing it with these weapons. Didn't Return to Roggle just kind of guaranteed give like Knuckle, Claw, and all that stuff just like an insane attack speed boost?
Yeah, claws and the normal weapons, I think, were just already inherently faster, which made them feel useful. Yeah, but the thing that was useful about them is because they cleaved heavily.
Yeah, so it wasn't at cleave. It's weird. I think we're all three in agreement that cleave needs to probably stay away.
On every weapon, yes. I could see it being useful to give one extra target to claws, along with maybe a slight attack speed boost. Excuse me. Maybe. That's just an idea. I don't know how it'll feel because we'd have to actually play with it to see if it'd be broken as fuck. Because that cleaving was very strong, but I think for just a claw specifically, having a cleave would make sense for like wider, swings. Not that it would match the animation at all. It would be spiritually bigger swings. I don't know.
Well, if you're freeing up space for ATA to not be as big an issue, you will have unit slots open. If your mag is mag and unit slots are used up less for ATA, then you can put more power into your mag, which means less power units on your unit slots, leaving it potentially 2 slots open for doing magical things.
Oh God Battle needed an absolutely required for optimal build. Here's my take on God Battle in like vanilla game. It's not absolutely required. I played a lot of Ultimate. There was a lot of Ultimate I played without a God Battle. It felt a little weird that I didn't have it at first, but then it just felt normal, and it didn't feel like it was required. I think I didn't have a battle unit at all for a lot of it.
I did consider the sabers having 2 hit, but only the rare ones, because I think sabers do really well on the climb up through the game before they become rare, because like they have typically the highest ATA of a weapon, and they're usually the first of the next generation of weapons you find. They feel really nice and they deal a lot of damage, but then they do completely fall behind once you get to the special weapons era, and having 2 hits might actually bring them back into contention of being useful. But we don't want them stepping on the toes of swords and partisans, even though... Do you have an idea of what you want to do with partisans? Because I feel like they're not utilized at all due to their... I guess maybe if you're nerfing battle units, that partisans might become better.
True. Also, them having more accuracy just innately. That's something I haven't really gotten to playtest with in the version 2 enhancement pack, is just the fact that in Dreamcast, partisans just had that much more attack accuracy. Sure, you lost a decent chunk of damage from swords, but the accuracy more than made up for it. You could just spam heavy, heavy, heavy at all times with a partisan, versus a sword, which you would still occasionally miss with heavies.
Yeah, like partisans and fucking V3 only maybe have like 5 to 10 more accuracy than their fucking sword counterparts.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing.
Let me double check before
And because partisans are pretty normal. Oh yeah, absolutely. Partisans are fantastic, like early game, and then they fall off once swords start having the same accuracy as them, because swords just have that much more attack power.
Yeah, they're good.
But that also being said about swords and stuff, if single target weapons start cleaving, they're really nice in having them. They'd be only good against like 3+ targets if you hit with 2.
Yeah, they're on average they have like maybe 5 more ATA, 5 to if you're lucky 10. But yeah, they're not. It's not enough. They should have some upward in the 50s of ATA base, just to at least have the reason to exist. But they don't. They completely don't exist in Ultimate. Like, I'm using a Madam's Umbrella because I got 15 hit on it and my funeral needs it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think one thing that might fix up, if we, like, disregarding, like, I don't know, I'm not disregarding entirely. If we, like, increased a partisan's accuracy up a bit and we wanted to keep them, like, less attack power based, maybe, like, upgrading the specials on some of the weapons?
Yeah, I was about to suggest that, yeah. Like,
yeah, just make them just special kings. Just make them carriers of like good demon procs and whatnot.
And then I think, Ives was not on the same camp with me of making it to where Rangers, Rangers I feel like Rangers should be able to use rare partisans as their melee. They are probably still going to prefer using shots in most places, but if you give partisans a home, Rangers could use them a lot.
If evasion power mattered, then swords having evasion penalty mattered. Yeah. That's fair. I still like along the lines of just like returning partisans. This is just an idea, but like returning partisan accuracy to super high, just so they would have a reason to compete with swords. But of course, that only matters, as you said, if you're struggling to hit with swords in the first place.
Also, is it like, are we trying to get swords up to being able to use specials? Because I feel like the main thing is just trying to get swords up to the ability to be able to do normal heavy without thinking about it. If you spec into that or need to, but like being able to use specials on partisans would be pretty cool.
Thought it was weird that Rangers can use double sabers but not daggers.
Yeah,
that's fair. I never thought about it that much. But then again, yeah, I never played with daggers. Didn't know how to fix daggers. I don't have any suggestions. Maybe raise their attack power a little bit more. Give them an innate, slightly faster attack speed than what they have. Those are just offhand ideas. I don't actually have any clue. That's going to take a smarter man than me to figure out what's going to make daggers feel good, because I don't play with them.
Actually, here's just a literally off-the-wall idea, and it might just be fun to fuck with, but give daggers, like, an insane evasion boost, and just see if, like, is it worth pulling out basically a shield?
That's an idea.
Yeah, because
that'd be fun to play with.
They are kind of designed like the VR fucking version of a PSO to be a blocking mechanic. So evasion would be pretty interesting to actually have a weapon type to just switch to if you need to get, like away from an enemy or get into a specific group where you're just struggling. Be able to equip something that just adds evasion on the spot. Because I wish we had a defense. Frame and barrier quick menu to be able to equip things, because forces would love that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Being able to basically switch to a shield, pretty sick.
Give daggers a slight... Oh, hey, it looked up. Nice. Give daggers a slightly faster attack speed. Maybe increase the casting speed while they're equipped, just because. Yeah, I don't know if it's something. I'm just spitballing ideas. I don't know what would make me use daggers other than them being just as powerful. If I could just use them in tangent with a double saber, if they did just as much damage as a double saber, that's probably the only thing that would make me use them, because they hit just as many times as a double saber, and I think I would honestly prefer the 1-2-1-2, 1-2-1-2-1-2 of a dagger. Versus 1-2-1, 1-2-3 of a double saber.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you will get more damage in that way, but yeah, and I think most classes are safe on second attack on daggers. Some classes I think struggle between the 1 and 2. It depends on the enemy you're fighting, because there's a weird gap there with some of them. But yeah, it is just damage.
Twin sabers. I always found them very awkward because they have 5 hits, and their final hit of their animation is bad regardless of what attack speed you have, or at least in my experiences. They're still useful, but like I don't care for using them at all ever. And the only ones I would ever use would be Sangha and Yasha.
But I'm not sure how much you're planning on changing the evasion stuff to actually be blockable, but it'd be funny just to have, Blade Dance at 100 evasion. Fucking Bloody Art, 110 evasion. Crossguard, 120. And then the really, Lavis Cannon adds, fucking 150 evasion. And you're like, oh, I can block.
That would only be with how the game's current stats are, how much
Yeah,
would
that's what I'm
that
saying. I don't know how
actually
he's
increase?
changing it, but yeah, it would be much more minor if he's actually playing to balance it and be realistically a mechanic for most
True.
characters to work with.
Yeah, because I know just given the stats that exist in the game, the characters with the most evasion can only block 70% of the time against Ultimate Mode multiplayer Arlons, which isn't. It's not bad, but it's like you wish you could do more.
But I believe the range is typically in the 300s for going from a 1% chance to block to 100, so it would never bring you fully over to 100% blocking.
True.
Let me check my damage calculator. Damage calculator. Oh, what the
It's not
fuck
possible
is
to
that?
give every weapon arbitrary stat changes outside of ATP ATA. Okay.
What?
Yeah, so my spitballed ideas aren't very helpful then.
What did you say? I forgot what you even said.
Increasing the attack speed and the casting speed for fleshies while holding daggers,
Oh, okay.
just to make
Yeah.
them another weapon they could use. Because I feel like the unarmed animation and the dagger casting animation is roughly similar, but the dagger animation is still slower, especially with like 2 bars.
Okay, something may not be lined up. Do you have Diley? Do you have access to the ATA of Sinnoh Zoa real quick? Because I think mine's wrong. 3,310 sounds insane for ATA. I was about to look at the evasion block range of it. It said you need 16,055 to have a 1% chance to block the fucker.
No, that sounds right. That's episode 2. Doesn't have it handy. Okay.
Say what?
He does not have the
Handy.
stats on hand.
Actually, I can just go to my own table. It's right here. We did it again. Oh my god! Oh my god! I have 1,700 health. He sent me down to 150. I don't know. That might have been his real punch.
I don't know what hit you because both of them were frozen on my screen.
You did the thing, and he couldn't attack him. And then when he came out of that, you did not freeze him again. You did your mech guns out.
Okay, that's fair. But he was. Oh god, right. He was frozen in place for me because he was just dancing.
Okay. So, okay, their ATA is not that high. It's 310.
I don't know why it's broken. I copy paste most of my fucking information, so there's no reason it should be wrong.
I'll have to change it. But anyway, back to the damage calculator and to an actual enemy.
It would make sense to have things other than the fist have fast casting. Dagger doing that would be cool too. And probably close. Yeah. Yeah. Now
Well-
we're on an idea that I just pulled out of my ass, actually sounding good, without Vera to tell me it's a bad idea.
Well, would that only really buff? Well, it's weird because like I'm considering it as being a buff that's basically like females being able to cast faster with things in hand and males not. I feel like they would only buff males, but if it made it to where females cast even faster, that'd be weird.
My thought process for that buff was just because he's reduced casting speed, so bringing the casting speed back to normal-ish
Yeah, it's
might
about,
make it useful.
It's 495 is I think the evasion range. So yeah, you would need an insane amount of evasion to, first of all, get into some of these ranges because Dalmom offline you need to be at 870 just to start blocking at a 1%. And some characters don't get to that.
Excuse
much,
me?
But
800?
870 evasion. It is the amount you need to have a 1%, and 1365 is the amount you need to 100% block.
That's fucked.
Yeah. So, and that's Dalmom offline. Online, you need 1050 to start blocking.
Yeah, no, that's why I never had any priority invasion other than just making the stat look good with golden numbers.
I mean, Romar, Yggdrasil and Romar will have merit to, do some shit like that. Because when I do offline seabed with mine, I'm blocking like about half of everything because I have 1,200 evasion or something, or like 11 something. It's pretty up there. So I have almost a 50% chance of blocking most things.
The casting speed is unrelated to the animation, but it's the same speed for all weapons except this. Yeah.
So it'd be cool to have a dual use for daggers being faster casting animation and also block of evasion adding just to be able to block things. Because then, oh my goodness, if forces could wear those, then they'd have something instead of defense. Because like, it's weird. It'd be cool for forces just to, instead of to ignore defense and actually just focus on evasion. That'd be interesting.
Having daggers and faster caster speed would actually give forces a reason to use something besides Angry Fist as well. Or male caster specifically.
No, Sonic Knuckle's the best one.
I mean,
I'm actually not even joking. It is the best one.
I only have one niece for those.
Well, I'm saying it is empty-handed, and it gives you +10 to each stat. Like, none of the other ones actually give you bonuses like that.
Yeah, it's true, but like if you have a good Angry Fist, you can do melee damage to Volop screens.
Oh sure, Volop, the thing you need to fight.
Yeah.
for your Ruby Bullet that you'll totally be using.
Hey, maybe Ruby Bullet's good now. Its burning special could be very strong in the
those specials. Oh yeah, burning. All three of those elements should do something. They'd be so interesting and cool to be able to use if they. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
I genuinely think burning should have a Rafoi effect. Because like you don't need to make it Rafoi where it does the same damage to everything in the explosion. Give the main target like 100% of the damage, and then everyone around like 50% to 25% based on range. I know that's like an impossible ask to program that in PSO, but like that's my idea.
If the game knows units away from things, then it might not be too difficult to just have like a function that divides by the distance or something.
But like then you can do the same thing for Tempest and Blizzard. Maybe they have a tiny little splash outside of the enemy that gets hit with it, and it affects them. Maybe all the enemies get affected, or it just rolls individually.
The Ice one obviously has its secondary of being able to freeze. It just needs to be more likely to happen. And the Tempest, I feel like all enemies might be shockable. That'd be nice.
Why the fuck is this guy not dead? I don't know, maybe Blizzard should also just do ice damage as well as the secondary to freeze. Because I always found it weird that the ice weapons don't do ice damage.
Yeah, ice damage, thunder damage, fire damage.
Thunder, rain, and lightning.
No, don't start.
Oh no, the water's rising. Quiet. By the way, you're crying. I don't like that sound. The thing about the channel for this, so you can read about it in Whatware, and where you'll start discussion about ATA AVP goes. That sounds good. I approve.
Your channel, like your Discord channel. Oh wait, I am in your Discord. It's been a fucking million years since I have been there. Yeah, I have a whole section. I have a whole section for PSO fucking Discord channels I'm a part of, and as of adding Silverant, I'm in 7 actually.
I'm in so many Discords that I don't look at. I peek in a couple people's Discords every once in a while.
Yeah, I have yours, PKs, and Dialy's and Stars as the individuals, and then I have the 3 servers that we've been to on as the ones. But yeah, whatever point would be convenient. Like, are you up early, Dialy? Like, I'm usually up at the latest 6 o'clock in the morning, so that between then and noon would be a really easy time for me to be able to conversate, crunch numbers on evasion and ATP and stuff like that, or ATA.
And that could be moral support.
You'll be asleep.
Yeah, sure. I'll be there in my dreams.
Not unless you just go to bed at 10 and wake up at 6. That'd be great.
I might have to. I still have no idea when my onboarding is. First, I have to figure out how to get access to my emails again so I can actually message the guy.
What happened to your emails?
I had to change the passwords because I couldn't remember them when I tried to log into them on my phone. And when I did that, they got upset about me. Now I can't access my primary email address because it keeps trying to ask. It keeps trying to send me an access pass or an access code to the email that I can't currently access. And then on the one spot I can actually access that email on my phone, it just keeps not sending the access code because Microsoft's tech support is fucking terrible.
Oh, what type of email is it?
Hotmail.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Maybe now is the time to switch over to a Gmail.
I have a Gmail already for YouTube.
Yeah.
But that Hotmail I've been using since I was 16, so I've just been lazy enough to not bother changing it. I might need to start, though. But yeah, my the email address that's linked to my Twitch account is also a Hotmail.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I have access to that one just fine. Although it won't let me reset my password. I tried to reset my password for that one, and it says you've attempted to reset your password too many times. Or no, it let me go to my send access code to an email address. So I sent the access code to an email address, and then it goes you have two-factor authentication. Send it to another email address, and so I send it to the other email address, and it says you have sent too many codes out. You can't request anymore. And it's like, well, I can't log in because you won't let me send 2 fucking codes out to get access to my fucking email account again.
Now, I have, like, the most fucked email that I tried my best to completely erase from my life, and I don't understand I understand how it happened. I don't understand why they allow it to happen, and why, somehow I merged one of my old emails to my mom's email, and they are the same email, but with different names. And it's the most frustrating shit because they use the same password. So if 2 people have the same email and don't know it because they're named differently, but they have the same password, someone goes, oh man, I keep having issues logging into this, won't let me change the password. And then the other person does it back and keeps going back and forth, and eventually we figure out, oh, we have the same email. It's so dumb.
How does that even happen?
I don't know how I merged them. I was doing something. It's a Hotmail, so yeah, I can see how maybe there's a correlation how stupid fucking Microsoft bullshit is. But I was trying to do something. I think I was trying to basically gain control of my Xbox 360 account. And I thought I was getting it like switched over to mine, but turns out I just merged mine to hers because originally it was my mom's email that I used. And I really wish I didn't do that, but we had internet it was like the first time we had internet, and I just happened to have. I think the 3 free months. We tried the 3 free months of Xbox Live, and it was like, oh cool, and just needed an email real quick, and I don't think I had one at the time. And I really wish I did. Because then it's even worse when you try and add an email to your, to your computer. Like it asks, like, oh, let's link your computer to an email or something. And then it's that, or it's somehow someone else's email, and trying to get your PC to understand, hey, I would like to switch the email that this entire account is based on. Fuck. Like, I don't understand why Microsoft makes it so difficult for emails to not be so terribly integrated into everything.
Yeah.
Gets Diley split there. I want to know if he's available tomorrow morning. I didn't hit a fucking single one. Jesus Christ. Now I don't think I can hit him because he's... Okay. Okay, they're dead. That's all that matters. I guess another question is like, are we fine with how handguns and rifles work? Like, I understand that rifles generally have longer range, higher ATA, and higher damage, but like,
They're also one
get it.
frame slower.
yeah, it's slower, but like, you're still doing more damage. If you are a ranger, the option of using a rifle is pretty enticing. And then, of course, every other class has to be fine with using a handgun. I guess really. What's really the discussion?
I never
there? It's
really
just a
thought
buffer
about that, honestly.
It's really just a buffer rangers to use part of their class.
Yeah, just like wands to forces and swords to hunters.
It's so weird. Yeah, if you exit out of the server or vanilla drop thing and you back out and then go and make another room, it doesn't ask you again. Weird. I'm pretty sure we're on vanilla. Oh God. Using a fucking spreadsheet like it's a Word document. No. Like, what are these? What is this? Oh God.
Your immersion is ruined.
Okay, actual spreadsheet stuff. Holy shit. Oh, we're 30 minutes away from 100 hours on this timer. Then I might actually have to readjust my window on my stream for my timer. I'm not sure if it'll grow automatically. Damn it.
You're like one-shotting these guys on my screen. You take one shot and then they explode.
I'm hitting demon fucking heavy and it's killing them.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the second demon. All I'm seeing is you take one shot, you stand still, and then you shoot someone else, and the other one explodes. Lag. Legacy.
Hex scaling. Oh boy. Yeah, boy. Okay. Class
First,
tech
we have to
limit.
talk about parallel universes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the hell? What am I looking at here? Humor with simple text going up to 25, normal to 20, and hard to 19.
19 what?
What the fuck? These are so weird. I'm wondering what there definitely is some sort of calculation we've been doing to set these, make these set to certain things. I don't know. And yet still he doesn't want Humar having fucking shit to do, man. Yep, okay. That's definitely what I'm reading. Romar getting shifted up to level 19 is crazy. And what's it? Hunorl and Romar all getting up to 25.
They just can't kill any reason to have forces that support at that point. What's the zone to go to these?
Yes. I was kind of like concerned. I don't know why I'm concerning myself. I was like, what if he doesn't want us to say it on stream? It's like it's public information. He just put this out there.
True. I mean, this is a mod, and he has things changed, so I can't say nothing until I try it.
And again, this stuff is through the lens and balancing of single player. So
True. Return to Dragon was balanced through single player and then multiplayer. Unbalanced through single player.
it is not balanced. Armor shield adjustments. I agree. I don't even have to read any of this. I agree. Look, anything to fucking rebalance this game's fucking shield frame system is in agreement. It is. There is no balancing going on in the first place. Oh wait, okay. This is all actually the vanilla stuff, so that's interesting. Anything to make them unique. You know. He has not worked on Tripolic shields, standstill shields. There, yeah. Also, I think another huge thing in general would be having a lot of the weird niche shields that are bad. I don't know why they're bad. Do unique things and then make them more available. Like a flame garment should give you resistance to fire,
Resistance to fire, resistance
or
to
having
ice.
automatic cure freeze, or resistance to ice. Be not on Greenel exclusively. Fucking Ilgils. That's another thing.
I mean, yeah, when you're on fire and a worm, you should not be weak to cold.
First thought, yep.
Absolutely makes sense to have those on that weapon, on that armor.
Just have like every single shield unit, barrier shield unit should have its own unique extra effect. Even the custom rate barrier and stuff like that. But you know the 8 and 9 star one should definitely be like something tiny. Like you don't even really have to change the custom rate, or the flowing stuff. Just make the overall stats better and the willingness to do the triple combo something that might be useful at some point at least. It definitely not strong enough to be end game fucking viable because it'd be boring as hell. Actually, is it possible to mod it to where the 3084 counts as a flowing sword for the combo? That'd be nice.
I think that wouldn't be a bad thing.
I'm just wondering if it's possible. Added as part of the list.
I don't know why that one isn't on the list anyways. I don't know. I want to know what Sega's rationale for that one is. Oh, it has a good special, so therefore it can't be used because it'd be too strong at that point.
It would be useful, baby.
Why would it be too strong? Like what? Plus 50 defense, plus 50 evasion for the armors and shields, and then plus 10 in accuracy? Yeah, that'd be broken. I don't know what the stats are. I know it does.
I think it's just 50% increase on most of what the weapon would do. So like I'm pretty sure it's just 50% extra damage for a flowing sword, 50% extra evasion for the shield, and 50% more defense for the frame, I think. So yeah, the flowing sword would be sick. even more sick than it already is with my, getting lucky with it having hit. Oh my goodness. Swords with spirit and hit would be so much, or, what's it?
And Berserk would be so much easier to use at the... Like, a Zomba would just be cool to have without having to have one with 30 fucking hit on it to be useful in a perfect world.
That's only the second try maybe, so by the way.
Yeah, this place I have noticed that this place does not drop try thing very much. Try grinders, yeah, pretty often, but
We've seen 6 Trifords. Six Trifords, 2 Trimates. In overruns.
damn it, pressing up. Whatever that means. Tech drops. Oh, he's actually going to potentially make it possible to get level 30 tech discs without having to sacrifice your mom.
Well, even doing that doesn't really help you get them. And again, I did get the one. It does help. Maybe a small portion.
Like 30 is worth it for just the range difference.
Does he have any info on whether or not he's changed those for his mod?
Well, he has a tech drops page, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but like, not just the drop, but like the actual changes to things.
Yeah, I don't know about ranges or anything like that, but or damage. But just in general, like making level 30, like so you like it might still be difficult to find all of them, but at least if you do have all of them, you don't have to worry about wearing a tech unit to have the range, the max range of spells. But he may have changed. He might change the range of spells. He has. That's the other thing. He doesn't have any of the columns or rows frozen. So if I scroll past something, I can't read. That's the whole thing. Oh, the biggest thing? Actually, one of the biggest things to fix in this game is the shop. Oh my goodness. If it's gonna be useless, at least make it, like, usefully useless.
It is, once you hit level 150.
The shield, like, the armor shop, there's no reason to walk over there.
True. After a while, there shouldn't be no reason, especially for the rare stuff.
It honestly should have like a really rare chance of selling an ad slot. That at least I'd walk over there.
True. I never considered that.
Ad slot should not be something that's considered just rare and early. That's the most frustrating thing, is that, like, for anything that's not Pinkle, fucking colored barriers, amplifiers, and freaking ad slots are almost non-existent in Ultimate, which are still useful items.
How many more pages we got here? Not too top. Drop weights. Oh, he's fucking with that. Okay.
These drops make my
Tech drop weights. Okay. He's changing the weight. Alright. Fuck. I have to actually stare at this for a little bit. Then this information's portraying. If I'm reading, no. Wait. Okay, it looks like the highest you can shop for is like 18 or something. Maybe this is vanilla. I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, that's something in my spreadsheet I have no information on is the shop. But it almost doesn't. Again, almost doesn't matter because the shops are pretty understood. You get certain levels, the shops upgrade, and you get up to 50 hit up things. Outside of that, it really doesn't matter. I guess my spreadsheet is very early, late game focused, so. Class regen. Ooh. There's Subway, standing, chilling. Tech shop changes. Good. Three shop, 61 shop. 50 shop new. 7 and 18. Weird. Okay. Weapon element. Damage. Oh, there's this. This is the duplicate sugar. Well. He was not present.
Oh, probably spawned. I saw you on my screen, so I froze it. And by screen, I mean minimap.
Oops. Struggling to figure out what some of this stuff even means. Like, he doesn't have a title over the numbers going from 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then it goes from 50, 100, 150, 200. Just not sure what that means.
We'll have to take another good see if we talk about it.
Yeah.
See if we can explain it to us.
So the only thing that goes from 1 to 200, I'm thinking, is level, but like, what? Unless. Unless that's the weapon's ATP added into it somehow? That wouldn't make any sense. I have no fucking clue. And the last page, sheet 13 doesn't have title. Count Dar, these rare. What is one by count? This is a very new page, and I don't even know the fucking purpose of it. Why the hell Dar up to 90? Is that vanilla for fucking paint arms? I think it is.
I don't see anyone get the Phantom go go shit.
Where's it? Pan arm. It is 90. Holy shit. 90 across the board on episode 1. Check episode 2. Pan arms 25%. Oh wait, no. Bell sabers. Pan arms are 50% on episode 2. So
That sounds wonderful.
that's vanilla. Okay.
So that was a 90% of episode 1. I really
Yeah, I
don't
didn't even
feel that way.
realize that.
There are 10 armed items I've ever gone for, really.
I went to get the pan armed arms. That's it.
Yeah, I got one set of those as well, but like that still took me the better course of the day.
It's a really boring grind. It's like, unless you are on level, but like, why would you be looking for those?
Really? Oh, my camera got slightly shifted to the wrong direction.
What is R? What is other? Are these the counts that you see them in total on every map, or an average run, or in all the quests? Is he trying to do some weird balancing to see like what should be considered, what drop rates enemies should have, just based on the fact that like it's annoying to have high, incredibly rare drop rates on enemies that are already rare? Trying to balance that out, so instead having rare drops on common enemies and vice versa. I mean, actually, it shouldn't be too hard of an equation to be able to figure out is number of total enemies, or total times you see the enemy versus their DAR, and then try and create a calculation that tells you for this set a number of times, or whatever fucking number you're looking for to get it to be a specific number. That was the worst sentence of all time. I hope you understood it.
I turned my brain halfway through it. Luck material from
Thank you.
Naples.
Well, it wasn't worth listening.
You want the luck mat?
Where am I?
Here.
Actually, I guess I could pump out easily the, well, not easily, I guess. That wouldn't be too difficult. It would take a lot of crunching numbers, but to give him the minimum accuracy needed to hit certain enemies for normal, second heavy, and third, third doesn't even matter unless you're trying to make the middle portion a wiggly number. Attack 2 is really weird. Timothy's back.
And he's been here for the last couple runs. Just you were teleported when he walked the counter.
We are 3 hours in, okay. Oops, 6 minutes away. 100 hours.
why am I excited? I don't know. Drivers of Pain. He's not frozen.
And then he walks very much not in our direction.
He was all about to start putting the black fog on my feet. He was still aimlessly walking, but he's very close to me. Alright, get back in the game.
Hello, Jumbo.
No, okay.
I hate that you pull out guns and you're like facing the monster, but you're gonna go hit because you're not looking at the monster's face. You're looking at the torso.
I just hate how inconsistent some of the big monsters are for their hitboxes. Some of them are like super way back on their body, and some are really far forward. And especially actually one of the more annoying ones is Del Biters. When they're charging, their hitbox is really far back on their body. So if you try and shoot center mass, you will miss.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Come on, game. You know you want to. You know you want to give us a photon drop. Come on.
Perfectly lined up with that trap, but I still shot over him to get the trap anyways. Next game.
You look like you actually shot him in the side of the head and he recoiled from it. I mean, he's leaning all the way over. Really? Okay. Come on.
I'm really feeling it.
I'm really feeling it.
That's good.
Oh, 1 second. Found something.
There's a QCast without a name.
Okay, so yeah, I guessed mostly correctly that the fucking counts to rare drops and stuff. He's talking about planning out relatively even rare rates. There we go. Well, what are these counts based on? Probably might be Kayak. He's trying to go undercover.
Yeah, a full black and red hue cast, no name. Probably just a bunch
Is
of
it
space.
possible in a mod to make it to where you can change every aspect of your character rather than just a couple things in the dressing room? That'd be interesting.
Hope you
It is
have
kind of the
prettiest.
designed philosophy of this game of being like, all right, you make your decision now and it's permanent, but at the same time, it's like you wanted to. The only reason you wanted to make it a remake hand, like a proportion.
Yeah.
Didn't have to remake Fu Manchu if you know, could have done everything.
You're absolutely correct. Even
But now you have another person to play with your new FOMO. You can have fun again.
absolutely.
Salidly.
Absolutely. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting hit by my second sleep and
We're almost there, Carl.
almost there.
Another 50 minutes and we'll be done. Again, you can always tap out. I'm perfectly capable of doing it. Hey, 100 hours yet? Let's see. It doesn't.
Oh, it just fucking goes to 0-0 on the fucking
Ah!
thing. That's annoying. Let me check to see if I can just stretch it. It changes it that way. Nope, that's bullshit. Okay, that's annoying.
100
Is
hours.
Isn't it just starting over, maybe?
Oh, I see their
Did I-
name now. They're two fucking symbols. I couldn't see those symbols before.
Oh, it's underscore dash.
Yeah, I did not see those before.
Okay. Has no one ever gone above 100 hours on this thing? That's annoying. Basically, looks like I started over.
Just put an arbitrary 1 right next to it from text.
You go ahead. I'll try and do that real quick. Add text font 1. Okay. Text 1. Select font. Gallon. Or Galeen. I don't know what the fucking size needs to be. Yes. Okay. Shush. That's a little big, but we'll make it work. Properties, font selection, colors, not colors down here. Select color. This color? I think that's correct. There we go. That's almost looks normal. Thanks for the idea. I didn't think of that.
Thought it could help.
Actually, skip over maybe a couple units. Down 1 and back to the right. That looks fine. It's still bullshit.
Still bullshit.
I worked 100 hours for that, and it fucking just resets basically.
Well, I got shifted just by magic. You were nowhere around me, and all of a sudden, magic. That one still looks off just because the timer has a slight gray backdrop.
Yeah, I don't think I have like actual means of making it extend out that far and be matched very well because I don't honestly know how I got that background for the timer because it's based on the timer. Somehow I put backdrop, which I thought were going to be shadows for the numbers, and it just added that. I'm like, okay, it works. It's not what I was looking for, but I guess it's more visibly appealing. But then I'd have to absolutely match that on the screen.
Yeah, usually what I do is I just make the background for the colors like blue or green, and then I run the blue and green out. Alright, you do a run or two by yourself. I need to refill my waters.
Okay. Ugh. You won't get back the boss. Oh my god. I've never seen him do that.
Okay, yeah, he can't get past there anyway.
I've returned and I'm ready for the next run when you are done.
Okay.
My toe tapped, my pinky toe tapped my bar stool, and it fucking hurt.
Don't do that.
Wasn't trying to.
People don't.
I didn't want to. It wasn't my choice. I didn't
Okay,
play.
yeah. Okay, yeah, that time he punched me for fucking 1600, that was his big damage. Holy shit.
Wow.
'Cause he only does like normally like 300 or 400 to me. The problem is, I'm guessing his chance to crit is insanely high. So it's just often that he will do not only a fuck ton of damage, but multiply that shit. Oh great, I'm gonna fucking die. Great.
Oof, yeah.
And I also got the confusion effect while I was on the ground, dead.
Insult to injury.
Y'all stop being jackasses. Thank you. All I needed to do was hit like 2 more shots on both of them, but they were both shielded up, being assholes and shooting fusion. Now I need to grab another escape doll because I have $600,000 on me, and that's a escape doll waiting to happen. Alright. I did 3 runs in your effort. Yeah, I need to make an equation that is capable of spitting out the ATA required to minimally hit each accuracy range on evasion and stuff like that. And I can just build it real quick, send it to Diley, and he can actually just copy paste all that information I get. Oh, shit, I'm stuck. Kept pressing pause on accident, and then I tried to press pause to get out of the pause, and then press pause again for some reason.
Conception.
In the babiest of gay jails.
I'm walking straight into him. Don't make my target go away or into me.
Okay, I hit him with one. I'm pretty sure I only hit him with one demon. I don't know why he died.
The real good demons.
Oh, there's Uniworld in here. There's 4 actually. What the fuck? What are they doing? Worried, the end of the world has come. The 4 horsewomen of the space apocalypse.
Before Hughes of the Apocalypse, Uniworld, 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 and Uniworld.
We are almost there. Shit. I can't tell how I'm supposed to feel in the sense of like I'm excited for the end of the month, so I can stop doing it. But at the same time, that means I have to wait another 6 months, or I guess 5 months, to do this again, for even the opportunity to see the damn thing. And I want it now, but I really don't want to be doing this anymore. But if I just stop doing it, I'll be disappointed in myself because that's the goal of doing this till the end of the month. So I can't not. Because last time I did peter off in like the last 2 weeks. And definitely could have put in more hours, but I was very burnt out. That was because I did not have a general timeline was alright with playing in, and a goal of the amount of time I should be playing each session. 4 hours seems to be a good number. It's not absurd, but it is a lot. Whereas 7 to 8 hours is absurd, and it should not be done every fucking day.
You can't make this a full-time job. You just can't.
Yeah. Some people can. They may be on the spectrum. I may be on the spectrum, but I'm not on the spectrum enough to do the 8 hours a day. There's not enough interesting YouTube content, and even if there is, you get burnt out. No matter how interesting shit you're watching, eventually the do in the background part of your brain gets so tired. It doesn't matter what you're watching.
That's what doing field work is like. It's just, you start off and you're like fully alert, you're fully paying attention, and then you get like halfway through the field and then you just turn your brain off and just go. And then you like turn around to make another pass and realize you fucked that last pass up and you're like, oh shit, gotta turn brain back on, gotta think. And then you just kind of yeah. You just kind of go mindless at that point. Like, oh, drool coming out, like, oh, field bar. Because you're just sitting in a tractor the whole fucking time, just turning a wheel, sometimes pushing a button, or pushing a lever. To pick up the thing behind your machine and putting it back down again. That's what cutting hay is. You just put the head down, put the hay, you get to the end of the road, pick it up. Make sure you're not running over anything that you don't want to. You can see a big rock, don't run into it.
Whatever you do, don't run into it.
Yeah, no, that'll break your shit. Those steel teeth are very weak. I think I just respawned?
Yeah, I think these last 3 sessions we have gone without. Well, no, I think we've got a part of this of lightning, like near the end of the last one, didn't we?
Yeah. Or, no, it was at the beginning of it.
Yeah. That's all we've seen for like 12 hours worth of fucking gameplay. Now, Yamagarasu's, but I don't think we've done 900 runs. You can't really expect to have seen one.
I wonder if it's shit hack. Maybe it's shit and not us.
Every time I've thought about that, it generally it cannot be true. It's just how luck is. The fact that we want to go, man, we probably should have seen this by now. But like, I think we've only done maybe like 300 runs at most total together while doing this, and it's a 1 in 900 for Yamagarasu. So can't expect to. Well, I see 5 of the other guy, but it's definitely still way more likely to see the Yamagarasu.
Dragon Slayer 5% hit. 2 other stats as well. Machine A Beast.
Oh shit.
I gotcha.
I'm watching monitors.
That's why that hurt so much. But toenail was huge. And it bent it really far back.
I guess these are some of the latest runs I've attempted for this hunt. Why does it always feel like the Zoomies and the Bravises are up front, and the Dragon Slayers are all in the back?
No clue.
Am I wrong?
We've had a Dragon Slayer in the front boxes before.
Yeah, but I mean, like, more commonly, higher on average, the swords in the back.
You're not wrong. That's fair.
We've
had a Zoomy in the back here as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying more on average. It feels like we get Zoomies in the front. forget. You'll find the information page. And why the hell does Sinazoa have 2,000 accuracy? God, I forgot how I did this. Okay, I think I remember how I did it. Come on. So this way? The fuck? Oh, those are the bosses. Everything's very hard. Very hard. Oh yeah, I had to do for ult. Fucking offline and online. Spaceship, tower, seabed, Sinazoa, TP. What? That doesn't make sense. Why is my thing reading wrong then? Or maybe it's just go back to Sinazoa real quick and see. Oh yeah, it just, I guess it glitched. The fuck? It read the wrong information.
That's annoying.
Oh wait, that's online. Okay, okay, it is breaking somehow. What the fuck is it seeing? Mob stats. Why does it say 3,000? It's the only thing that's broken like that. And how did I happen to be on the only enemy that's ever shown an issue? Seabed, online, Zoa, TA 355, Seabed, ultimate, offline, Zoa, 310. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Okay, it's just adding a 0 at the end. I see. But why is it adding a 0 at the end? Oh, so it is straight up just a timer. I thought I had to walk up here. Cool. Then I could. That takes a huge burden off my builder.
Yeah, it does.
Like I don't know if you thought the same thing, but
No, I knew they were a timer.
Okay, I thought they were like a weird like timer, but you have to be up the ramp.
I think that just Ilgil's death animation.
Yeah, it's
just
the
takes- Like, it needs to be fully despawned like certain other creatures because it dies so fast. It doesn't seem that way. I'm at 1200 health exactly because of that HP mat. Thank you, Gables. You've made me extra thick.
Extra thick.
Okay, so yeah, whatever is going on with that specific cell, I need to rip that cell and fucking replace it.
You need to counter it, so you need to counter cell. Because it's splintered. the Splinter episode.
Wookie. Is plain text? Does that fix it? Oh, why is it adding? Mob stats. Wait. Wait a second. It's reading from a different page. Why would I have it reading from a different page? Well, that's stupid. Okay. I wonder what that page is for then. I guess it's okay. They're reading from different one. This makes sense. Seabed. Yeah. Okay. Fixed it. Hide. And hide. There. So yeah, you need 1160 evasion to start to block. You have 8.
Sense.
They didn't want you blocking, and that's offline. They didn't want you blocking the Zoa.
They didn't.
He's not frozen. He's not frozen.
He's frozen. He's talking about.
He's not. He is now.
Paralyzed with fear. And and demons that they're hearing about your worries.
Honestly, both of these fucking pages should be based on the same one. Well, I don't know. Maybe. No, I think I have the other one made completely different because they're doing completely different tasks, so it might not be easy to layer them on, like, pull from the same sheet. That, or I really needed a new one because I made a new mob. I don't know why I named it. Okay. Mob. I don't know why I have it as episode 1 when it is both episodes. And it's capable of doing the full area. You're able to select what's it? Area, difficulty, and whether you're online or not, and it just shows you all the stats for every enemy in one spot rather than having to scroll anywhere. You just choose them.
Nice.
And I did that. I don't know. I did that in the middle of nowhere. Like if you check every time I update my spreadsheet, that one's like 6 months apart from anything else I did. I don't know what possessed me to get that done in a random spot. For example, we are in Tower in Ultimate Online. Right. Why is it warning me about this? You may have clicked the checkbox that is not visible. Toggle anything. It is visible! Maybe I make it invisible and then revisible? Okay. Let's delete it and put it back. Insert checkbox. Nope. I don't know what it's telling. I don't know why it's trying to tell me that it's not visible when I can fucking clearly see it. Anyway,
Just Excel problems.
not even Excel, it's Google Sheets.
Just Excel problems.
Wish I didn't have to pay for Excel.
True. I still have a copy of Windows Office from 2013, I think.
Unfortunately, they've added a lot of things, and they continue to add a lot of functions and stuff that are useful.
Yeah, Mr. Randall.
Start calling Durandal just Randall.
Yeah, we found Randall's. They're a little derpy, but they're good.
Oh.
Derp Randall. Randall.
Actually, what does it take to would it take to block a fucking Ilgil? Oh wow. Something finally?
Yep. One of those.
3 crystals. Tower. Ilgil. You oh my god. You need 1355 evasion to start blocking them offline.
Offline. I was going to say 1600.
Let's see online then. Online you need 1455 to start blocking them.
I was overshooting.
So no, I don't think any character gets to that with any combination of equipment. I think it'd be interesting. You mod your character or whatever, you cheat to have your evasion go up high enough to see you block attacks that should not be blocked. It should be weird and funny to see block a sight. But Ilgil would look at you funny and go, "You're cheating."
Just hit you with
Although
maggots.
you could just go to a lower difficulty.
I guess my calculator doesn't do. It would be so many more tables and so much more work to do anything that's not just ultimate. Why the?
It's really the only thing that matters to most people, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it took so much effort to get the my mob one to do all the difficulties, because on the what do you call it? The information sheet that I have that it's that the other one is based on and stuff. I have a key. I honestly can't even remember how I did it. I can generally guess at it, but it has a weird key code on the side of each of the monsters that says what difficulty, area, enemy, and whether you're online and offline. And so I have every single variation of them set up on that. I don't remember how it's capable of finding all that information, but I guess it just searches to see if it sees any of those things in that box, and then just shows the information from that spot on a VLOOKUP. I don't remember what I did. I feel like a genius, though. Every time I go 6 months to a year after making a spreadsheet, I'm like, man, I used to be so smart.
Wow,
Somehow keep
so
losing IQ.
smart. You have no idea what I did. Neither do I. But
No, when I was impressed with my ability to make the stat. What's it? The one I made that lets you see every item that you can equip / find on whatever class and color ID that you have in combination and have all of those toggleable. I decided to make like a weird checkbox key thing that made it to where I don't know. It
Yeah,
was just yes or no whether you can equip it or not, and it took a lot of work putting in all those checks and non-checks, but I think at the end of it made it the most robust, I guess.
how intimidating is this? A robot just comes up, sits in front of you, turns around slowly, and you're at eye level while he's in a chair.
Not at all.
I mean, the Newman disappeared. Hello, Mr. Person.
We got 10 minutes.
Tomorrow morning, I'll try and see if I can figure out the algebra behind spitting out ATA requirements, specifically, what's it? Evasions on enemies. I just need to reverse engineer what I guess my current calculator is doing. Although my calculator does not care about how much evasion is or an ATA is required to hit something at 100%. It just tells you raw data. So figure out how to make something cool.
The HP material plus number 4. Plus the 8 you gave me. I used 4 of them though. Yeah, when you lose them with just one hit, I had to pull my guns up. It's hard for me to tell how many hits you got.
Yeah. What? We go back for it.
Shoot in a box. See if it changes our luck.
No! What have you done?
I increased your chances! Your RNG was already bad!
What if the next one was it?
I shut the box after the bug died. Don't worry about it.
But the second you made me look over there and confused me, now we started on a different seed because of it.
Maybe the seed is better. You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Jesus knows.
Or what I tell you about having fun?
Don't remember. It wasn't important enough to remember. Evil Dan! Evil Dan!
Dude, I think I'm almost at like a 30-hour deficit on getting a fucking photon drop. This is insane.
To be fair, those are like 1 in 1,000.
No, they're 1 in 375.
Oh.
Yeah, I finally found it on a Affinia, and then I asked Ives if that is correct. He said yes. I was like, okay, cool. I finally have the number. Finally, I have the number in my head instead of just going 1 in 1,000, 1 in 375.
And it is. I think it is. It does change for difficulty, and I think 1 in 1,000 is normal.
That makes sense. I mean, this one definitely feels like 1 in 1,000 if we ignore the first 2 we got at the beginning of me joining.
Yeah, that was like the first and second session we got 1.
Second and third.
Pretty sure we got 1 on the first. It was like thus.
I
like the
remember it
last
being the
run.
second run, and then the run immediately after. The first one we didn't get shit. Because you gave me a bunch of HP materials and I picked up a mind map. We have video evidence. I might be wrong. It's completely mindless grinding. Try grinder.
Don't know if the damage canceled all of that, but
You're fine.
okay. Okay, you did damage cancel that one.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to time my shots, but I mistimed it, so I just kept shooting until I froze them. I don't know if that was tinnitus or if I genuinely heard the Lily ding twice in a row. I heard ding, ding, and then it stopped.
Sometimes you just hear shit.
Yeah?
Growing up, though, I've always had issues when I play Forest long enough, I swear I hear boom with damage and sound effects. I'm like, my brother playing it again finally? Like, nope. Just me going crazy.
Dude, I've had that. I legitimately started a stream up. It was a long time ago where I started a stream up and I had my TV muted. I didn't realize I had my TV muted until I saw an item drop or I saw an enemy spawn that I didn't think I spawned. And I'm like, wait, I don't hear anything. I should have heard them. And then I realized that my audio was muted. I'm like, oh fuck, because I heard the entire run of Forest. It was back when I was speedrunning.
Yeah, I had that issue recently because either when I have to unplug and replug in the capture card or whenever the GameCube does that weird thing where it won't start up, sometimes the audio just doesn't come through. And I think a couple of streams ago, I was like, okay, the sound is off. I could have sworn I was hearing like the heavy sound effect. I could have sworn I was hearing it the whole time, and I was like, I guess I wasn't. Yeah. All I can hear generally, especially when I have a fan on me, is like I can hear the sound effect, I can hear attacks, and I can hear rare drops. That's it.
Yeah, but just the fact that I hallucinated the entirety of Forest.
Yeah. I'm sure is very possible for me to do that shit too. It's like you know what every sound effect is.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, no, hearing the ding dings of lilies when they're about to explode or implode or suicide or whatever, just like I heard it like outside of the geese. It's just like geese don't do ding ding. What the fuck am I hearing?
I mean, you do hear it in this area because of the Delilies, but
Yeah, I know, but not in this room.
not twice. You only ever hear it once.
True.
They only spin like that.
Oh, I wonder if that could actually have been my refrigerator.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can check. Okay, after this is the last run.
Yeah, let me go through the box.
All right, last run.
Last run luck! Invoking Starve's very famous last run luck.
Bless this run.
Please be to Starve, please bless this run, almighty PSO Father. Or we wish to hit good drops.
That is actually Diley's thing, is having to bless this run emote or something.
Vera has that as well. For the speed runs.
Actually, yeah, that's fair.
No, that's just channel points, not an emote. This is bless
Yeah,
the
it's
run,
channel
curse the
point.
run. Sonic music.
Yeah, my issue is I found both of them at like the exact same time because that's why I was like, let me check out fucking PSO on Twitch. You know, I think they were both streaming at the same time.
Sounds plausible.
Now they're eternally linked in my brain.
For all you know, they're the same person. That would just happen to be streaming at the same time. Yeah, Sonic Adventure music is fantastic. Dragon Slayer.
Dragons. Oh, look at that. Dragons.
It's got 15 dark. Last Gulak. Let's go.
Carl, thanks for helping.
Hey, no problem. Glad I could assist.
Disappointing ending, but it is to be expected.
100-hour mark of disappointment. Let's
100 hours of shame and disappointment.
whoa.
Now when I have it paused on stream, it's just always gonna be one golden color.
That's how you know it's real.
Yeah. All right. Let me check how many hours my character has real quick. He's almost 800.
Not bad, not bad.
Eight, 794. 2 more sessions like that and it will be done. The 800 portion. Meanwhile, I think my second highest is 413 hours. Genshin is only 360. Hoseki's only 194. It is basically about even what the rest of the memory card is. His fucking in-game time. Crazy. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Probably should stop streaming before I turn the fucking console off. Ugly no signal. Bye.
Bubbles. Alright, cool. That's going to be it for me as well. Oh, there goes the controller. Let me just fish that back. The levels? Yeah. Levels can come tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to be doing more of this shit tomorrow. I'll get the levels as I leave now, because I'll play later. That's how I'll get the levels. I won't have the chance. Well, then you'll never see me again, Fox. I'm sorry. I log in, get my levels be gone. Oh, hey, it means I just get to play the game longer. Nice. I get to play more PSO. Gotta look at the positives, man. I may be a pessimist, but I can be optimistic about stuff too. Not the first time I've had my levels disappear randomly. I had 4 characters that were all above level 100 I had to redo. I could also come play Portable. I could. Or I can get myself ready for bed and fall asleep. Need a new regular group. I don't know if I have enough time to be a regular group for that game as well, PSO. There's a lot of game I want to play. And I have to pick and choose which groups I want. And right now, Rogagor is very consistent. And so I enjoy playing with him. I haven't had this much consistency since I played World of Warcraft with a bunch of people that were homeless. Okay, only one of them was homeless, the other one was a doctor. And the rest of the guild was military people, so they were used to consistent schedules. Usually do 2 days a week. We'll see. And by that I mean I'll probably forget and just continue to play PSO as I do normally until I get the itch to play PSU again. That'll come around. Don't worry. Maybe by the end of the year. I usually get it like around holidays because just like I need something different from PSO, but that's similar to it. So either PS0 or PSU is usually the itch. But anyways, I'm gonna get myself ready for bed. Yeah, I'm capturing video directly from my GameCube. I have an HDMI converter attached to the back of my GameCube, and I'm capturing it through an HD capture card, which I'm then splitting that video to a second monitor. I'm missing the D interlace. Yeah, I'm playing through the whatchamacallit. I held the B button at the beginning of turning the game on, using the component cables, or the component cable port, to do what, like the progressive scan or whatever the hell it is, progressive mode. So close to 150, so close to 130, so close to needing to be played. I need to get back on Mallory. All right, I'm done for now. Old games were interlaced. 480i means it's 240p odd one frame. Even the next, that's what creates those weird skin lines. Ah, okay. That still doesn't mean much to me. I'm too tired to think. I'm sorry. Thank you for explaining that. I'll figure it out later. I'm gonna go now. Toddles.